Hey everyone, welcome back to your channel, 1000 Manga Recap. Last time, we saw Lin risk everything to save Hualei. Let's dive right back into the action. Hualei, her voice soft and trembling, says, "But, the debt with Mr. Wong, that's my problem, something I should handle alone." Wu Chen, his tone sharp yet filled with concern, interrupts her, "Look at that car, Hua. We barely survived that crash. This isn't just about you anymore. You saved my life, and there's no way I'll let you face danger again." Hualei, blinking in confusion, stammers, "Wait, I saved you? Wasn't it the other way around? Mr. Wu, are you sure you didn't hit your head? I'm the one who should apologize. If anything had happened to you, I'd never be able to repay Huansai." But Wu Chen shakes his head, resolute, "No more talking about it. First, we're going to the hospital. Then, we're finding him." Hualei, hesitant, watches as his determination sets in, but Wu Chen brushes off her worry. "I'm fine. Forget the hospital. We're heading straight to the East Sea branch of Runtong." Cut to the imposing building looming ahead of them. Hualei stands in front of Mr. Wong, her voice steady but laced with frustration. "Mr. Wong, I've already paid the interest and principal for this year. I'll pay the rest by next year. But Brother Bao, he's been threatening me, even putting my life in danger. Don't you think this is going too far?" Wong smirks, casually holding up a contract. His tone is smug, dripping with arrogance. "Our contract doesn't work like that, Miss Hua. Read the fine print. When you're able to repay in full, you must do so immediately. No delays. Otherwise, as per the terms, you repay with your body." Hualei's hands tremble as she responds, "Mr. Wong, our company's performance isn't strong enough to pay everything at once. You know that." Wong laughs dismissively, "Don't act like your 5 Energies returning product didn't rake in millions. 400 million yuan in sales, it's all over the news. No wonder Brother Bao's getting impatient." Hualei's voice cracks slightly, "That event wasn't something we even actively participated in, the 400 million isn't our profit to collect." Then, out of nowhere, Wong starts moving closer, his eyes narrowing in a predatory gaze. His voice drops to a sleazy whisper, "Listen, Miss Hua, you don't really need to repay the debt, you know? Just spend 2 months with me, and everything will be settled." Wu Chen storms in, his eyes blazing with fury. Without hesitation, he punches Wong square in the face. Wong stumbles back, rage contorting his features. "Who the hell are you? Do you have any idea what you've just done? You've signed your death warrant." But Wu Chen doesn't flinch. He pulls out a gun and cocks it with cold precision. His voice is deadly calm. "If you're that eager to die, come at me. The next shot won't miss." Wong freezes, terror flashing across his face. He's serious, he pulled a gun without a second thought. Hualei, shocked, breathes out, "Mr. Wu." Wu Chen's gaze doesn't waver, this isn't just about Runtong. Harassing Miss Hua and making her sign that kind of contract? It's not just illegal, it's disgusting. 300 million in compensation for what you've put her through sounds fair, don't you think? Wong, visibly shaking now, stammers, I didn't know. I didn't realize Miss Hua was under your protection. Please forgive me. She no longer owes anything. I'll transfer the compensation to your account by tomorrow." With a flick of his wrist, Wong tears the contract to pieces. Hualei's mind races, her cheeks flushing as she thinks, "Wait, how did I suddenly become Mr. Wu's woman?" Wu Chen chuckles, his voice lighter now. "Oh, come on, don't make it sound like Atai and I are some mafia bosses. Instead, why don't you come over here and kowtow 3 times to Miss Hua? Let's put an end to this peacefully. As long as your business in Donghai is legal, you're free to carry on." Hualei's heart flutters with a mix of emotions. "Mr. Wu, stop teasing. Please, explain things properly." We see Wong, pale and defeated, kneel in front of Hualei. She bites her lip, thinking, "Ugh, how am I going to explain this later?" Out loud, she says softly, "I thought I could handle Mr. Wong by myself, but now it's turned into this. Relying on Mr. Wu, my feelings are so complicated." Wu Chen looks at her, his voice softening. "You couldn't have reasoned with a guy like that, Hua. Trust me." Hualei nods, letting out a small sigh. "Maybe you're right. Thanks, Mr. Wu. It's been a pleasure." Wu Chen smiles. "The pleasure's mine." After a beat, Hualei remembers something, her tone becoming playful. "Oh, right. Bei mentioned a bet with you earlier. Something about pouring drinks and serving dishes if she lost. It was a bit childish, but if you're okay with it, how about I cook some homemade dishes to thank you properly?" Fast forward to half an hour later. We see Hua Bei, in her room, nervously changing clothes. She holds up a dress, her heart pounding. "So, this is what his girlfriend might wear. Does that mean he likes this kind of style? Wearing something like this, it's making me excited just thinking about it." Her thoughts drift into a fantasy. She imagines Wu Chen's voice, smooth and teasing, "You know exactly what I need right now, don't you?" She snaps back to reality as Hua Lei calls out, "Bei, what are you doing?" Startled, Hua Bei scrambles to sit down, her face flushed. "Ah, sis. Why did you bring him back with you?" Hua Lei smiles, "Mr. Wu helped us so much today. He's our honored guest. Keep him company while I finish cooking." Hua Bei stammers, "Then, I should probably change into something else." Wu Chen steps in with a sly grin, "Little flower, come here. Tell me, why did your sister borrow money from Runtong Capital and sign that awful contract?" Hua Bei pouts, "Don't call me that, and well, my sister and I, we just wanted to beat Li Ruobing. Ever since we were kids, she loved playing with cosmetics, and I was obsessed with makeup. We turned that passion into our business." She continues, her voice growing more serious, "But it hasn't been easy. After she graduated, every job she took turned sour, sleazy bosses, unfair treatment. Eventually, she'd had enough. I was the one who convinced her to quit and start our own cosmetics company. But, it's been tough. And one creep, who's always had his eyes on her, keeps showing up to mock her. He says we'll go bankrupt, and when we do, my sister will have no choice but to crawl into his bed. It's disgusting." Her voice shakes with anger. "I told him he should forget it. We're going to build something better, something no one can tear down. We'll surpass Li Ruobing's company, Huansai." Wu Chen listens, then quietly hands her a piece of paper. "Surpassing Huansai won't happen overnight. But if you shift your focus and make this product your flagship, your cosmetics business could grow faster than you imagine." Hua Bei looks at the paper, her eyes widening. "Beauty soup? Healthier than wellness products, more beautifying than makeup? Can it really work?" Wu Chen's smile is knowing. "Trust me, I know a thing or two about traditional sea medicine. With the right ingredients, it's an absolute game changer." Hua Bei, hesitant, says, "But these herbs, they seem so ordinary. Are we sure it's not false advertising?" Wu Chen laughs, "The secret is in the golden silkworm pupae. Getting high-quality ones is tricky, but that's where you come in. You'll need to head to Lingnan and find the best." He thinks to himself, of course, getting them won't be easy, but it's the key to everything. If you like my video, please share and subscribe.